The Federal Reserve's next decision, the winner of the English Premier League, even the location of Dua Lipa's wedding. Those are just some of the things you can bet on through prediction markets like Kalshi, an official partner of CNN. The popularity of prediction markets has soared since 2024, since that presidential election really introduced it to so many people. And this has been compared to traditional sports betting, given the similarity and overlap between the two. Harry Levant is the Director of Gambling Policy at the Public Health Advocacy Institute. Good to see you, Harry. You've been studying this for a long time. Your website blares at the top, gambling is a public health threat. And now prediction markets have entered the fray. Where do you see this going, and how much do you believe it really lends to more harm?
Well, thanks for having me on. And if it only says public health threat, I'm going to need to amend that. It's a public health crisis at this point. And
Oh.
prediction markets are just the latest to enter the space. And they are expanding the scope of what people can gamble on. And worse still, they're now making gambling and constant online gambling accessible to people as young as 18 years old. It's simply too much.
I went on some of the prediction markets. You can very freely, bet on even the Olympics right now. So this begs the question, where is the regulation here? The prediction markets are fighting it. The sports betting companies have fought it for years. How do you see this unfolding?
Whether we're talking about prediction markets or the more traditional sports betting companies, regulators have not kept up with the technology. We are dealing with a fundamentally different and inherently dangerous type of online gambling product where people are now able to wager on every micro event within sporting events and contests, and with prediction markets, even into pop culture things. We have known since at least 2013 that gambling is an addictive product. If you deliver an addictive product to people at light speed with the use of AI and technology so that it never stops, people are going to get hurt. And that's why I call it a public health crisis, because that's what's happening.
And I take your word, this is a public health crisis. There doesn't seem to be regulators moving on this, at least not that I see at the state level in the United States. How you're speaking to us, I think a lot of people have seen this unfold in their own families, especially it's worrisome with young men now. What is it going to take?
Young men and young women, what I fear it's going to take is more harm in the public square. I fear it's going to take severe harm. The risk of suicide and suicidal ideation is more closely aligned with gambling disorder than any other addiction. I'm fearful that what it's going to take is more public harm. I'm hopeful that the more we talk about this, states will begin to recognize that what has happened here is not what they were expecting. No one was expecting you'd be betting on the speed of every pitch in every baseball game and every little micro event, all fueled by AI. So there is an opportunity here for greater regulation. There's bills pending in Massachusetts and in New Jersey to rein in micro betting. And regarding prediction markets, Congress is going to have to get involved. There's a loophole here that's going to have to get closed. And in a strange way, prediction markets are making my advocacy work a little bit easier because they're making the public aware that this thing is just completely out of control. I'm not opposed to the properly regulated legalization of sports gambling. But what we have is not properly regulated at the state level. And at the federal level, thus far, we're devoid of regulation. But the Safe Bet Act is pending in both the Senate and the House, and that would significantly bring public health regulation to bear.
You said the word, though, pending. There's certainly a lot of congestion, shall we say, with legislation on Capitol Hill. Harry, what is it going to take here? Because some people would say to you, Harry, look, they're adults. They can do what they want. There are a lot of vices, regulated and unregulated, that adults take part in.
And that's not the issue. I'm not opposed to gambling. I've said it every time I speak about this. The issue is the product is inherently dangerous. Micro betting, where people are being targeted by AI, same game parlays, where people are being targeted by AI. It's simply a fundamentally dangerous and defectively designed product. Think about a bar or a pub. If the bartender at the bar or the pub was pushing another drink over in front of you every 10 seconds or faster, government would shut the bar on the spot. With online gambling, state governments have become partners in this enterprise. And what it's going to take is greater awareness on the part of the public, greater outcry, and courageous legislators at the state and federal level to step forward. It's going to happen. The question is going to be how long it's going to take.
Yeah, and as you say that it is a public health crisis in the meantime. Harry Levant, thanks so much for being with us. Really, really learned a lot. Appreciate it.